Before I begin today's video, I just want to welcome my newest Patreon, Azan Ibrahim. Thank you for supporting the channel and for supporting me. I really do appreciate it. Hopefully you enjoy all the extra content that will be over on my Patreon. As you guys know, the side decks for almost every video are over here, as well as there will now be some new replays, as well as some additional videos and content and new rewards that will be going on over here at my Patreon. With all that being said, thank you for joining, and hopefully you guys enjoy today's video. If there's one deck that I'll never stop updating, it's this one. What's going on, you guys? Slim here to bring you guys my updated MEKK-KNIGHT INVOKED deck profile for this October 2020 format. If you guys are new here, consider subscribing, hit that notification bell. You guys will be notified whenever I upload. You guys also be notified when I stream over on Twitch. Link is in the description. As always, if you want to purchase any of these cards to build this deck alongside with me, please use my TCG player link. It's in the description below. A portion of what you spend goes back to the channel. It helps me out, and I really do appreciate it. And last but not least, if you guys want to further support the channel, consider joining my Patreon. I have 4 different tiers. All of them give you access to exclusive videos as well as some other awesome rewards. The side deck for this video, of course, will be over on Patreon for the patrons only, so definitely check that out and consider joining today if you do want to further support the channel. But yeah, as you guys know, I update this deck probably more than any other deck I own because I constantly want to perfect it. I constantly want to try things out. And this way, I really just find the right balance of what cards work, what cards don't work, and sometimes I can be a little drastic and, daring and try things out that I haven't tried out before. And it being one of my favorite decks, I felt like every time I update it, I got you guys with an updated list, because not too many people focus on this deck, I think, enough, and I think that's another thing. This, along with pure MEKK-KNIGHTs, there's very few people that pay attention to the deck, and I think that sucks because everyone's focused on the meta, and people forget about the going second decks. They really can do a lot of damage in this format, but we're gonna get into it. Hopefully you guys do enjoy. Smash that like button as always, and let me know what you guys think. I added some really cool things in here. I want to give a shout out to my brother Michael Nugent. We always work on this deck together, so we always get some really cool ideas, and there's something new in here that when I get to it, I'll explain how I feel kind of dumb for never actually thinking about it in this deck, but I'll explain a lot of things because there were some dramatic changes from our previous list. But one thing that never changes is we've got 3 Slim, 3 me, obviously, 3 Alistair the Invoker, Alistair the All-Star. I love this card to death. This is probably, I'm gonna be honest, it's just my people. Like, it's got to be in my top 3, top 5 favorite cards in the game. Alistair is insane. 1 card MEKK-KNIGHT is ridiculous. For the MEKK-KNIGHTs, I went back to my my normal lineup, the 3-2-1. The thing with this is that I decided to cut the Trap. I decided to cut Morningstar. I decided to cut a lot of that stuff. It was a lot of like cool stuff you could do, but I saw that there were better things I could do. Like if I wanted to turbo out Verde Anaconda, if I wanted to go Dragoon, I found some just like more efficient ways to do that. And this MEKK-KNIGHT lineup has always been fine for me. I've never had a problem. 3 purple, 2 blue, 1 indigo. They get the job done. You're not bogging down with MEKK-KNIGHTs. What they do is they're additional extenders. They help you just punch through monsters, punch through back row, punch through like hand traps, and they're just really strong. Like, I love the MEKK-KNIGHTs, and these are the best ones in my opinion. There's no point to play triple blue because we're not playing extra MEKK-KNIGHTs, so I felt that the 2 blue and the 1 indigo was perfect, and that's a lineup I played when I first started playing this deck. So, so old habits die hard when it comes to this deck. Then, like I said in the last video, this to me is another MEKK-KNIGHT. It just really is, except it doesn't require a column. It just requires my opponent to have a card, have a monster, and like, this card is ridiculous. Like, this is probably the best side deck card in the game, and it's in the main deck because we're going second deck. I always talk about how this, Duster, and Red Reboot are like literally your new trinity in the 2020 format, and man, Pank is ridiculous. I don't know what else to say. Like, some people think this card should be banned. I really hope it doesn't get banned. I wish this card would come to more than 1, but I mean, for the time being, since there's 1, we're still going to play it like we did in the Grand Maju deck. I don't think there's any reason not to include it in the going second deck. The card is just so strong. And then I am still playing the Korribane. You guys already know that helps us turbo into Verde. Card's good. Also a light for MEKK-KNIGHT. I'm telling you, it's these little interactions that matter. Like, instead of burning out any of your extra light monsters, if you actually have the Korribane, it helps you make your MEKK-KNIGHT. And then, of course, in order to play Dragoon, we're still playing Dragoon. So one thing I'll say, I think in this deck particularly, we actually get more value out of Dragoon than other decks. Our deck just literally just goes second and just tries to break a board, and Dragoon helps you break a board. It's insane with what Dragoon can do by itself, but like the way this deck plays with the MEKK-KNIGHTs, with the MEKK-KNIGHTs, with the Dragoon, you just break entire boards. And when you see our hand trap lineup, you'll see how they might not even get to build that great a board. But of course, you have to play the ultimate wizard in terms of attack and defense, and of course a ferocious dragon with a deadly attack in order to make your Dragoon. That's it for all the like monsters, so to speak. Now on to the hand traps. Now you guys are going to see a huge difference in this hand trap lineup. I am only playing hand traps that I feel can effectively end my opponent's turn. So I'm going to tell you guys right now, there is no Ash Blossom in this deck. And you guys are probably like, Slim, what's wrong with you? I'm going to tell you guys right now, Ash is really weak this format. While it is one of the most generic hand traps and it can catch a lot of cards, a 1-for-1 doesn't buy you enough turns. Dragon Link laughs at you if you Ash them. Infernoble Knights laugh at you if you Ash them. They can play through hand traps like it's nobody's business. What you need are impactful hand traps, and that is why this deck is updated so quickly. I want a version of this deck that I personally feel can play the hand traps that end my opponent's turn. So with that being said, we are playing the Gamma Driver package. This has always been good in this deck. The light for MEKK-KNIGHT is just insane. Not only that, there's another card we're playing in our spell lineup that you guys will see why this engine is actually just amazing in this deck. This is easily one of the best hand traps in the game. I don't really need to explain that. But along with that, we are also playing Triple Rock. Again, it's a light from MEKK-KNIGHT, completely ends turns. Gamma can end a turn, getting the monster off the board ends a turn. Nibiru can end the turn. And then probably my favorite hand trap this format right now is the Triple Droll. So I'm not playing Ogre, I'm not playing Ash, I'm not playing any of that. I'm playing all of these, and I am playing Imperm, that's in the traps, but I'll talk about that after. But I felt that the Gamma package, the Nibirus, and the Drolls are the best hand traps this format. Why not main deck them? Why not, we're going second deck. I'm trying to end my opponent's turn. Droll ends their turn. Nibiru ends their turn. Gamma ends their turn. And then all we need is 2 cards in a column and we just start going off and going crazy. Why not get them to end their turn and then give us the advantage by drawing for our turn and just going off? I felt that these were the best hand traps, and in my testing, I was able to just, completely just end an opponent's turn. They'd have maybe 1 card on the board and create a column and just start going off. So I felt these were the best hand traps for this current format because Dragon Link is everywhere. These are, in my opinion, probably the best hand traps. They're a lot more effective than Ash. I love Ash Blossom, don't get me wrong, but I feel like it's just not strong enough right now. A 1-for-1 exchange is not enough when the opponent's deck can just keep playing through hand traps. So that's it for all the monsters. The spells are pretty much the same. Triple Meltdown, double Invocation, you guys already know. No reason to explain that. You have to play this. We're not playing Desires. We haven't played Desires in a while because we are still playing Triple Talent. So I know last time I put 2 of these and 2 Droplet. I'm actually still playing the 2 Droplet. These were the last 2 cards in the deck to make the deck 42. 42 is kind of like a laughing gag on this channel because I love 40 card decks, but my brother Jerry and I love 42 card decks. So sometimes I just throw them in there just for the hell of it. You actually don't have to play this if you don't want to. I prefer Talents. I think Talents is so strong just because it's so easy to bait and negate. It's so easy to bait and negate. Chain Talents, just totally capitalize it. Take the opponent's Dragoon, rip a card out of the opponent's hand, draw 2 cards, keep going. Like, Talents is insane in this deck. I don't need to really explain that. Droplets, I wanted to have a multi-purpose, so my brother Mike actually added this to the profile, and what I like about it is that this card has dual purpose. Obviously, going second, we can just break a whole board by going Droplets, discarding what we need, turning off the board, and then just breaking the board and OTKing. Not only that, if we go first, because obviously they're going to make us go first, we can set this card, and then with our additional negate from MEKK-KNIGHT and stuff like that, our hand traps, we can also just turn off the opponent's plays with Droplets. So for that reason, I decided to include it in the main deck as the last 2 cards to bring it to 42, and I think 42 is a fine number. You search a lot, you get through your cards really quickly. I just think these cards are extremely important in this format, and this deck really plays them the best. And then we got a lot of one-ups. Of course, the Duster. It's my only spell and trap removal in the main deck. Obviously, the side deck has more, but it's really all you need. I think you just play through back row so easily with this deck. Same with Light Stage. Light Stage can actually just freeze a back row, which is crazy. Like, if you open Meltdown, you can Terraforming for the Light Stage. You could Light Stage lock a back row. Like, you have those options too, so it's really awesome. Now, the card that was finally in this deck, how could I ignore Emergency Teleport? I was telling my brother Mike, I was like, I feel so stupid for not thinking about this. This makes the extra Gammas in my deck serve a purpose. They literally can special it from the deck to help you turbo out Anaconda. I know Andres Torres and his Thunder Dragon deck did this. I don't know how that completely just flew over my head, and I never thought I should play Teleport in a deck that plays Gamma because all I need is Alistair plus a Gamma, and I can literally make Verde, make MEKK-KNIGHT, make Dragoon. How I didn't see this, I'll never know, but Teleport is insane in this deck. Just being able to shoot out the Gamma from the deck or your hand is ridiculous because Gamma's dead in hand if your driver's already banished. So literally, it gives extra life and extra purpose to the Gammas in the deck, and it's been amazing. I just don't know how I forgot about it. I really just don't know. So this was one of the newest additions, and I'm so glad I thought of it because, I mean, wow, I just really felt dumb. And then, of course, Mind Control, favorite spell in the game. And then Terraforming, of course, to search our Meltdown or our Light Stage, depending on the situation. And then, of course, the one of Fusion. I still feel you don't need more than that. Verde resolves, you're good. You hard draw the fusion, you can just activate it, so it's perfectly fine. That's it for all the spells. And then the last is just the traps, of course, it's just triple impermanence. If you notice, we're playing Gamma, Imperm, Nibiru, and Droll. We're literally trying to just end our opponent's turn. The reason why I chose this hand trap as well is because it at least gives me a card to play going second. If I draw it as my 6th card and I don't draw any other hand traps, it can bait and negate or turn something off, so that was the reason why I included it in the deck. Then just the extra deck real quick. The extra deck I think is pretty much the exact same. The invoke monsters are the 2 Mekaba, the 1 Purg, and the 1 Agodius. Nothing to really explain there. I thought about playing the wind one. I thought about playing Raijin. That might be something I change in the future, but for now, we'll see. Obviously, Dragoon, the card is broken. Our 1 card Mekaba play, you guys already know that. That hasn't changed. Our Link 2s. Again, so this could be the card I potentially cut. The only reason why this is in here is it is Alistair. It is easy to make. The fact that its name is Alistair is very huge. Like, if you don't get to an Alistair, like for some reason you don't open an Alistair, but you open an Invocation, you can make this. It at least gives you life because it's Alistair in the grave or on the field. So just remember that. That's the key reason I play it. Obviously, this card's broken. This card is amazing in this deck. It just helps us link climb and, you know, just OTK the opponent. The Nightmares, I mean, again, this hasn't changed. They're just very good utility. The BLS link, because it's one of my favorite links and so easy to make in this deck. This card is so strong. So many decks struggle to out it. The Access Code Talker, because it's literally game. Like, we play this over the Boral Sword because you literally can just break a whole board and then just kill them with this. So it's great. And then literally just because of the Dogmatica matchup, because I respect it being a Dogmatica player as well, I will probably always play this card until the deck completely falls out of favor, just because I want to put respect on that deck. Because if I get Maximus and I can send this and I can literally shoot out a Mekaba and maybe have another Mekaba on the board from the turn before, I'm gonna do it. Double negate is better than nothing. I even thought about playing Elder Entity. It's just the space is a little hard. The only card that is cuttable is the Alistair, but I think I really value that card even over Phoenix. Like, Phoenix maybe could be another card that could be cut, but for me they've just been really good, so that's what we play. But that's it for the profile, you guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you did, be sure to smash that like button. If you guys want to see the side deck, again, it'll be over on Patreon. Check it out. Again, links in the description. 4 different tiers, nothing over $10. You guys already know. Those of you that have joined, I really do appreciate all you guys that have been, you know, supporting the channel further. That's why we're able to make this awesome content. And let me know what you guys think about MEKK-KNIGHT INVOKED. Let me know what you guys think of this new build. I know you guys are probably like, damn, like, we didn't think like you would actually, like, you know, change the hand trap so much. And I mean, like I said, I want this deck to be super competitive. Like, I want this deck, like, if I could take it to the LCS, if I actually had the time and didn't have to work and I could actually freaking play in this thing, this is probably the deck I would play. Like, I have so much confidence in this deck and the hand trap lineup that I think that this deck would be very well positioned for our current format. But overall, I really like the deck. You guys know I love the deck. It's one of my favorite decks ever. Hopefully you guys do enjoy. If you do, smash that like button. Let me know any changes you would make. Let me know if you're playing the deck as well, and let me know any other questions you have about it, and I'll be sure to get back to you guys with any information you guys may need. But that's it for today's video, you guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.